Hey there, today we're going to be talking about Fate Go North America Christmas event. Firstly, let me just say that all these dates are wrong because this is the Japanese version of the event, but it's going to be same for North America, just at different dates. All this information is available on Cernopedia, which I've linked in the description. You should definitely review it for yourself. I will quickly review it for you though, and explain how this event works and the strategies that you will probably want to employ during it. Starting with the first thing of this event is the stockings. Depending on which servants you use, any of these up here, then you're going to get bonus stockings. The 3-star servants all give +1 stocking. There's actually one plus 2-star servant that also gives +1. The 4-star servants all give +2. Jack the Ripper is the only 5-star servant, and she gives +3. And luckily for everyone, the welfare servant this time around, Santa Altar, gives 4 stockings. So everyone's going to have Santa Altar and have the best bonus possible from her, and everyone's going to have a support version of her too and get the best bonus possible for that as well. Moving down here into the event shop, we have a bronze, a silver, and a gold material as always, and they're going to be the currencies in the event. Each of these drops has its own craft essence, which gives a bonus to those drops. They give +1, +1, +1. These are when ascended, obviously, so don't pay attention to these right here. And same thing for this. The way that the magic stocking drops work is a little bit different than the way that these work. Instead of just getting +1 like you might be used to, you have a plus drop rate chance over here. And that can be a little bit confusing to understand, but basically what it means is that whenever a sock drops, you have a chance for another one to also drop. So it'll duplicate itself. So if you get 1 sock, then you have a chance for it to be 2 socks. If you get 2 socks, you have a chance for it to be 4 socks. Since each of these gives exactly 20%, as you can see right here, 40% when limit broken, but for right now just 20%, that means that you can get a full 100% rate of getting bonus stockings just by having 4 of these Holy Knight signs and then having your support have 1. There's no chance of getting 3 stockings. It doesn't matter if you have 6 of these cards on the field at once. You're not going to get a 3rd stocking drop. You can only get the 100%, and that's all you really want. For our version of the event, we're not going to really have access to the 40% drop rate, so everyone's basically going to be running around with 4 of these and a 5th one on their support. I definitely recommend that your support always be Santa Altar when possible, and always have the Holy Knight sign when possible. Looking at the item exchange real quick, we're going to be moving into the shop portion of this event. As you can see, these are a lot less than you needed for Gouda Gouda. This event shop is very light. Most importantly, you're going to want the Holy Knight signs as quickly as possible, and you're going to want these chicken buckets. They're the Ascension material for Santa Altar. You're not allowed to get Santa Altar until the 7th day of the event. So you can forget about her for now. You're not going to be getting her until the 7th day of this event. And you definitely want to save your gold apples for that day. But for now, for the first 7 days of the event, what you should focus on is getting all these Holy Knight signs, all these chicken buckets. You're going to need them. I also recommend getting these 3 materials down here. They're all very useful, especially the Dragon's Reverse Scale. They're rare. I always recommend getting the rare materials whenever possible. These monuments, I don't really recommend going out of your way to get. You're going to have a lot of them. I also recommend getting these experience cards. Now, normally I wouldn't recommend getting experience cards, but you're going to want a pretty big pile of them for Santa Altar. We'll talk about why when I get to strategy in just a moment. But for now, just know that that is kind of your goal here. You want to get these 6 things up top as quickly as you possibly can. Take notice that the gold drops for each of these, you have to buy them twice. And once you get those, you have 7 days to get them up. Once you get them, you're pretty much done with the shop. You definitely want to get these, like I said, and you definitely want to get some experience cards. You want to save your experience cards. You don't want to use them immediately. Going into this sort of magic stocking exchange here, this is this event's sort of special feature to it. it's sort of a gacha for materials. As you can see, you'll get presents. You'll roll 2 stockings and you get a present. Every 2 stockings gets you a present. You can roll 20 stockings, which gives you 10 presents at once. You can also roll other amounts. It works sort of like the friend point system, where if you only have enough to roll 7 times, you'll get a 7 roll. You don't get any bonus for rolling 10 at once. There's no rate up or any sort of thing. There's no promises for rolling 10 at once. Moving into the boxes themselves, they have a lot of stuff in them, as you can see here. But most importantly is the special exchange tickets, which each can be traded for 1 Santa altar card. There's the crystallized lore, which there's only 1 of. There's golden fruit, and there is silver fruit. Now, the way that these boxes work is that every time you win a prize from the box, it gets taken out of the box. So when you win 1 golden fruit, there's only 1 golden fruit left in the box. If you win a second golden fruit, then there's 0 golden fruit in that box. When you win both of those golden fruit, the only way to get another golden fruit is to reset the box. So that means that if you get 1 secret gem of saber, that means that box is empty of them. You're not going to be able to get another one until you reset the box. And then once you get that one, you're not going to get another one until you reset the box. For the grand prizes, this is kind of obvious. Now, for these first 5 boxes, everything is going to work completely differently. What you're going to want to do for your first 5 boxes is you're going to want to roll your gacha, the stocking gacha, not your actual gacha. You're going to roll until you get the special exchange ticket and the golden fruit and the silver fruit. There's 1 ticket, 2 golden fruit, and 3 silver fruit for each of these first 5 boxes. Once you hit the 6th box, they're gone for good. They don't come back. Once you hit the 5th box of these, then the special exchange ticket is replaced with the crystallized lore. So that is one thing to take note of. The grand prize will change at the 5th box, but everything else will work the same. So for your first 5 boxes, what you're going to do is you're going to want to keep rolling it. So you get your 1 special exchange ticket, your 2 golden fruit, and your 3 silver fruit. So that's your first box. Let's say you rolled, you got all these things in a row in your first 5. You're amazingly lucky. You're going to want to reset right there. Now, you actually have the option to reset the second you get your special exchange ticket or your crystallized lore for the 5th box. But you don't want to just yet. Instead of resetting the box the second you get that, you want to wait until you have your golden fruit and your silver fruit. You want to completely clear the golden fruit out and the silver fruit out. It'll tell you how many more are left. You can see up here how it kind of lists what's there. It'll tell you how much more you have left. You want to completely empty the gold and silver fruit out of every single box. Once you finish your 5th box, they don't come back. So every time you miss one of these, they don't get added to the next box. They don't get added to boxes after the 5th box. They're just gone forever. So you really don't want... These are perfectly free apples that you definitely want to have. You don't want to miss out on them. They will help during this event itself. So I definitely recommend that you get all of them that you can. Now, there's always the worry for people that, but if I keep rolling and I'm really unlucky, what if I don't get the golden apple quick enough, and then I end up not getting all my Santa altars, and I don't get the crystallized lore? That's not going to be a problem during this event. This event is completely free. It's a complete gift. There's no problem with this event on getting these things, so you just want to keep rolling until you completely clear them out. On the other hand, there's no reason to keep rolling to get anything else on this thing. They keep going into infinity, and once you hit the 6th box, everything changes. After the 4th box, you're out of specialized tickets. After the 5th box, you're out of grand prizes completely. You notice here there's no more grand prize in any of these boxes. What that means is on the first 5 boxes, you can reset the second you get the grand prize. So how does resetting work once you hit the 6th box? Well, that's simple. You have to clear literally everything out of this. You have to get every single item. You have to get 4 2000 FP. You have to get 30,000 QP. You have to get all of these things. In order to completely clear out a box, you need 1,000 stockings. That sounds like a lot, but it's actually not. 1,000 stockings during this event is absolutely nothing. You're going to get many thousands of stockings during this event if you have a few apples left over. So for this, after you hit the 6 box, you have to get every single thing before you're allowed to reset again. That means that basically the 5th boxes, again, you just want to get these as quickly as possible, these top 4 things. Once they're completely clear out of those boxes, you reset, you get to the 6th box, and then your goal is to just get everything. Since your goal is to just get everything now, that means you're going to get a lot of freebies for continuing to farm this event. But basically, once you get those 4 things out of this event, you're kind of done with the mandatory portion of this event. You've gotten everything from the shop that you really need. You've gotten all these things from the shop, from this thing that you need. You have the NP5 servant. You have your crystallized lore for the event. You're kind of done. Now, I don't recommend that you just stop there. For some people, that's all they want, and you can stop there. That's it for you. But for most people, what I'm going to say that you should do is that you farm your ass off and you get all this free shit that they're offering you here. If you farm this event right, you will not need gems again for a very long time. You won't need to farm for gems. You won't need to farm for QP. You're not going to need any more experience cards for quite a while. You're not going to be worried about FP anymore. You're going to have a lot. You're going to have a lot of things because of this event. So just one final time, the first 5 boxes, you want to reset as soon as you get the grand prize, which is either this or this. And then you want to also get the golden fruit and the silver from the boxes. After that, after the 6th box, and then into infinity, by the way. These boxes never end. I know it ends at 6th tier, but that's just because the 6th box is the same as the 7th box, is the same as the 999th box. You can do this event into infinity if you had enough AP for it. Obviously, you don't. So we're just going to move quickly into the missions. On the first day of the event, you're going to get the prologue and the first night event. You're going to do them immediately, and then you're going to go on into the 50 AP quest. We'll talk about the 50 AP quest in just a second, but for right now, let's talk about the story quests. The story quests are all a joke. You want to run your stocking quests, you want to run your stocking team for them, and you basically just want to, you do them once and they're gone. That means that for more or less the event is just, you do these 2 quests at the start of the event, and then you're done for that day. On the second day of the event, yes, it's the second night, and that's because it takes a day for it to appear again. You have to wait for this quest to appear the second day. And then on the 3rd day, this quest appears, and then on the 4th day, and so on until the 7th day. On the 7th day, you get your altar ticket, your Santa altar ticket right here. And on the 7th day, the shop finally unlocks, and you are allowed to buy the other Santa altars from the shop. Now, when this change happens, your strategy will also shift, and we'll talk about that in just 1 minute. After I finish talking about the missions, I'll go into strategy for this event. But coming back down here, you have to wait till the 7th day to get Santa altar at all. You're going to get a bunch of free apples for just doing these quests. You're going to get a bunch of free stockings for just doing these quests. And then we're going to talk about the free quest real quick. So the free quests are basically all easy. You're going to want to do them just for your 20 free stockings. You're going to do the 10 AP, the 20 AP, the 30 AP, the 40 AP. Get your free stockings for doing them, and then never do them again. Because you're only going to do this 50 AP quest over and over for the entire event. Now, for a lot of people, that sounds kind of boring. If you had to do the Dango event, or if you know anything about the Saber event, then this is a lifesaver. Because it's 50 AP, that means you only have to do it twice a day, and then twice more at night. And that is lovely, let me tell you. Not having to constantly do little mini quests that are 5 AP all day is just amazing. It really is a gift that it costs 50 AP. The actual servants in this aren't that difficult. They're pretty low health. If you're doing the daily XP farming, then you're probably used to seeing all 3 stacks of 30,000, and it's basically the same thing. This last stack is a little bit harder than the other stacks, but, it's not so bad. Now, there's there's a lot of strategy to this event. Um, it's not as hard as Gouda Gouda, where you need the optimal team for the entire event and you need to roll Okita. It's not as hard as that. But there is a strategy to this event. For your first 7 days, you're not allowed to get Saber Altar. You're not allowed to get her Santa Altar counterpart here. And what that means is that for your first 7 days, your farming potential is very limited. You don't want to use your golden apples until you get Santa Altar. So all you're going to be doing is you're going to do the main quest each day, and then you're going to start doing your 50 AP quest. And you're going to use a stocking team, sort of, but not really. You're going to be using an okay team, whatever team basically you can use to beat this. And you want to put as many of those servants from the top into your backline as possible so that you can do that quest. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be saving up all your XP cards that you've been getting, and you're going to drop them all the second you get Santa Altar. You want to get her to 80 immediately. This event gives you everything that you need to get her to level 80 the second you get her. You have 7 days to farm XP cards. You have 7 days to get all of her Ascension materials. You have 7 whole days to get these Holy Knight signs. The second you hit that 7th day and you have your Santa Altar, the event goes into grind mode. Everything completely changes. The event is now a grindy event, but it's not so bad. If you've been hearing from other people, if you've been hearing from me, save your gold apples, you're not saving your gold apples anymore. This is the event that you were saving your gold apples for. You're going to be using them all. So on the 7th day, you get your Santa Altar to level 80. Absolutely, the second you get her, you level her up as quickly as possible to level 80. And then, from then on, you're farming this level 50 AP quest. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your Santa Altar, a friend's Santa Altar, both level 80, both using Holy Knight sign, and you're going to want to just clear out this 50 AP quest over and over until you finish the event completely. Now, each of these 50 AP quests with the most optimal team drops 238 stockings. So that's with the most optimal possible team. Not everyone is going to have a Jack the Ripper, and not everyone's going to have Marie Antoinette, and not everyone's going to have Nursery Rhyme. So not everyone's going to have the most optimal team. But a lot of people will at least be able to construct the least optimal team that you should be using, which is 2 level 80 Santa Altars, with all 4 Holy Knight signs on, 5 from the support, and then you're going to want to be using either those 3-star or the 2-star servants, and completely fill out your list with those servants. With the least optimal setup possible that you should be running, that's going to give you around 186 stockings per mission. Now, that is a lot of stockings per mission. That means that it takes 5 of these missions to completely clear out a box with the least optimal team, and 4 and 0.2 of the with the most optimal team, which gives you 230 stockings per. Now, that's absolutely great. That means that every 5 of these, with even the least optimal team, with every 5 of these, is going to get you a full set of everything in this box. So that means you're going to get 1,000,000 QP, you're going to get 40 Blaze of Wisdoms, 20 Fire of Wisdoms, you're going to get 15, you're going to get a lot of stuff from this event. You're going to get all of these gems, you're going to get all these Dragon Fangs, all of these red gems, all these Mana Prisms, every 1,000, which means every 5 times you do the 50 AP quest, that's what you're going to get. You can get a lot of stuff from this event. It's definitely worth it to hold your apples to the 7th day, get your Santa Altar to level 80 on day 7 with all the stuff you've been saving, which I cannot recommend enough that you be saving that stuff. Because she'll farm it for you. She'll absolutely will be able to farm it for you and make this event just a perfect gift for you at the end of the year. So that is the strategy. One last time to review this. For your first 7 days, you're just fucking around and you are getting as many of those stockings to get her Ascension materials, her experience cards, and these special exchange tickets as you possibly can before the 7th day. After the 7th day, you level up your Santa altar to level 80. You put Holy Knight sign on her. You make sure that that is in your support list as well. And you pick up a friend who has also gotten their Santa altar to level 80 with a Holy Knight sign on her. And you just do that 50 AP quest till the end of the event. Use all of the apples that you've been saving. You completely burn yourself out. This is the event that you've been waiting for, to use all those apples. So you're going to use them all right now. And you're going to set yourself up for the year. You're going to be looking real strong for the year if you do that. You're going to have all the gems that you could possibly want. Get all your servant skills up to 444. You're going to have all the QP that you need. You're not going to have to QP farm. The mana prisms that you're going to be able to get the Mona Lisa CE from the shop. I definitely recommend getting the Mona Lisa CE from the shop, by the way. It's very useful, and this event gives you a huge head start in getting that. If you haven't been saving, this is the event that you want to get them. Always remember that you can actually burn those experience cards that you get for even more mana prisms. On top of the 20 mana prisms that you get every single thing, 26 after the 6 box. So definitely, that's what you're doing this event. You're farming to get your Santa Ultra set up, and then on the 7th day, you drop all your apples, you level her up, you get her ready, and you just do this 50 AP quest all day. Now, you don't have to obviously do it that day. You could always, wait a day, but I definitely recommend doing it as quickly as possible. I happen to find that if I put off the event until later, then later never comes, and on the last day I'm scrambling with too little time to do the event. So good luck to everyone. That's the entire event. I hope that this guide has been helpful to you. Once again, everything that's here has been listed from Cernopedia, and that's in the description. One final thing we'll talk about actually before I just exit. This Lightning Reindeer card is actually pretty good. It's also a pretty good CE, so that's about it. Have a good one. Merry Christmas.